Welcome. Thank you for coming to tap with me. If you have done EFT and familiar with it, you know to just echo along and follow through. And if you're not familiar with EFT, there is a instructions. Follow the link in the box down below, and that will take you through to handouts and a video with specifics on how to find the points and how to do EFT. This topic, they didn't respect my body. Tough one. It can be minor things like that grandmother that would pinch your cheeks, or that friend of your parents, whoever it is, that would, try and hug you and get a little bit too comfortable. And it can be the extreme of rape and sexual abuse. I don't know your story. Please know that this can be a potentially tough topic if you have some extreme violations of your personal physical space. So you may need to work with a therapist or keep tapping as you work through this. You may need to pause the video if things are bubbling up for you that are very traumatic and disconcerting. And otherwise, let's see if we can do this, and hopefully we can deal with some of those minor personal violations. Okay, whether it's tickling or people punching us, or just a hand on the arm that we're not comfortable with. Okay, so there's a lot of degrees. So that being said, take care of your own well-being, most important, and let's dive in. Tapping on the side of the hand. Even though they didn't respect my body, I deeply, compassionately love, accept, and forgive myself. Even though they didn't respect my body, I didn't know how to say no. I didn't know how to stop them. I deeply, compassionately love, accept, and forgive. Love, accept, and forgive myself. Even though they didn't respect my body, they didn't respect my boundaries, and they didn't consider me, I deeply, compassionately love, accept, and forgive myself. Even though they didn't respect my body, they didn't respect my boundaries, I didn't have the words to tell them no. They weren't honoring my no's, whether they were verbal or whether it was just a look on my face or any other nonverbal clues I gave them. They just weren't respecting them. And even though they did what they wanted anyways, I deeply, compassionately love, accept, and forgive myself. Even though it's hard to forgive them because it was a violation and invasive, somehow I recognize that they were operating on faulty scripts, and I release all emotional attachments to this issue. Top of the head. They didn't respect my body. They didn't consider me. They weren't doing what I needed. It was a violation. It was invasive, and it didn't feel good. I didn't like what they did. It didn't feel good. Releasing all the sadness, releasing all this anger, releasing all this pain, releasing all this regret, releasing all this shame. It's not my issue. They're the offender. They're the perpetrator. They didn't respect my body. They didn't respect my spirit. They didn't respect my soul. releasing all of the sadness, releasing all of this regret, releasing all of this anger, forgiving myself for not being able to stop them, forgiving myself for not having more power at the time, giving myself compassion. I just didn't have the ability. My script stopped me. I was told to be obedient. I was told to let people. I didn't want to make waves. I didn't want to create bigger problems for myself. I didn't want to be abused more. So I tolerated and I endured and I tolerated and I endured and I waited for them to stop. I wanted my body back. I wanted my spirit back. I wanted me. I wanted to feel peace. I wanted to feel comfortable, content in my own body. What they did was invasive. What they did was inappropriate. What they did was rude. What they did was offensive. What they did was disconcerting. It's sad. It's disappointing. And I'm letting go of these emotions. Letting go of the anger. Letting go of the disbelief. Letting go of all the sadness. Letting go of all the shame. Giving myself compassion. Giving myself love. Creating a safe space for me. Forgiving myself for not having had more power back then. For not being able to stop them. Forgiving myself. I did the best I could. Sometimes the best is to tolerate. Sometimes the best is just to endure. Sometimes the best is to go numb. I did what I could. It was painful and it hurt. And I'm releasing all that pain now. Letting it all go. Releasing it all. Finding a way to be at peace. Taking back my power. Maybe I couldn't stop them then, but I can find my voice now. I'm taking back my power. Creating a new stand. It's my body. It's my boundaries. I choose what happens to it. I get to say what happens to my body. I get to be in control. I get to say what happens to my body. I'm taking over my power. Taking back my power. Standing strong. Giving myself compassion. Forgiving myself for not having been able to do more back then. Taking back my power. Taking back my strengths. Honoring me. Doing what I need to do. Forgiving myself releasing all the sadness, releasing all the emotional attachments, releasing all the anger, releasing all the pain, releasing all the guilt. I did the best I could. I choose to be at peace. I choose to find peace, finding my strengths, finding my resiliency, choosing better for the future, owning my power, healing my soul, healing my spirit, being at peace. Thank you. And again, thanks for being here, and thanks for honoring you. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.